The city of Mississauga is calling out both the provincial and the federal governments for leaving Mississauga without the full financial assistance from flash flooding this past summer, although the provincial government has given the city some funding now. And so for more on all of this, we are joined by Mississauga Councillor Chris Fonseca. Councillor, good to have you today. Thanks for taking the time.
Hi, thank you so much. Good afternoon, Lindsay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I mean, this is good news, I believe. I think you're happy about this funding from the provincial government, although I know that there was some backlash from the mayor just a few months ago when the federal government gave Toronto some funding for flooding, but not Mississauga. Obviously, Mississauga struggled a lot this year. So what are you thinking? How are you feeling now?
Yeah, I'm absolutely elated. I want to say a huge thank you to the province of Ontario, to the Minister of Municipal Housing Affairs and Housing for activating the disaster recovery assistance for Ontarians. Really, this program, the DRAO. The flooding that occurred this past summer in July and August in the area of Little Etobicoke Creek and the ward that I represent in the city of Mississauga is exactly what the funding is for. And I want to say a huge thank you to the province, to the minister, to the ministry, but also to Mayor Parrish and to all of my council colleagues and to City of Mississauga emergency response team, which is made up of many departments, for really going to the table to support the residents and businesses that were impacted during the significant weather event the significant weather events in the area of the Little Etobicoke Creek. So just it's a real thank you. And again, this funding is exactly what this program is exactly what this funding was meant for, to help those and support those that were impacted by the floods.
What do residents need to know when they're applying for this program? Because there are some caveats here, right, when it comes to whether you have insurance, whether you don't, who can apply for this. So what do you think your residents and your constituents need to know about this?
Absolutely. So the team at the DRAO was out in the community in the area of the Little Etobicoke Creek and through the application process. And there is a map on the DRAO website. So if you go to ontario.ca, or disasterassistance.ca or ontario.ca/disaster assistance. You can find out if you are eligible for the funding. It's a pretty significant area of the Little Etobicoke Creek. Or you can also go to my website at chrisfonseca.ca to get more details, or you can call 1-877-822-0116 to get the details. And all of the details are there in terms of if you're eligible within the mapped out area, what the next steps to apply for the funding.
And Councillor, before we let you go, I want to talk a little bit about how people in Mississauga are doing, because the flooding this summer was catastrophic in some areas. The amount of water that fell, the amount of homes and businesses that were damaged, it's only been a few months since then. So what are you hearing from people in Mississauga about how they're still working to recover?
So absolutely, what I'm hearing from residents, unfortunately, this area, not only in the area of the Little Etobicoke Creek, but in the city of Mississauga that were impacted in July and August, a number of these communities were flooded due to significant weather events in 2009 and 2013. But what I'm hearing from residents is they're thankful, they're anxious, but they're thankful for all that the city and the province and us as councillors and Mayor Parrish are doing to support them in their time of need. And we are here for them, and we will continue to support them. And we do have a plan in place with regards to our not only through the disaster recovery assistance for Ontarians. That's only part of the plan, but also through our stormwater master plan and through our supports for those that were impacted by the flooding. Again, I just want to say a huge thank you to all the collaborators, all those in particular, the first response teams that were out there, fire, Peel Police, Peel paramedics, Mississauga Fire, many first responders that were out there to support all those in need during the flooding during this past summer. And again, thank you to the province of Ontario and the ministry and the DRAO for activating the DRAO and supporting our residents that are in need.
Okay, that is Ward 3 Mississauga Councillor Chris Fonseca joining us live. Thanks so much for your time today, Councillor. Appreciate it.
Thank you.